YouTube, what's good man? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you're doing good. So someone asked me under one of my previous videos if I could make a mixing tutorial for y'all. So I'm just gonna show you how I mix my beats, how I go over to my melody mixing, my drum mixing and my overall mixing in general. Because your mix is probably the most important parts in your beats, right? You could make like a good melody foundation and like the drums could be like having a good pattern, if y'all get what I mean. But if the mix is off, the beat is not gonna hit and it's just not gonna sound professional, right? And that's what you want in the end. So I'm just gonna show y'all everything I know on how to make your beats sound good and make them sound professional. So we're just not gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna go straight to it. Alright, so as you can see, I'm in FL Studio and I've pulled up this melody. I've made this melody today from scratch because I figured if I would make another melody in like a full beat in this video would be too long, because I already need to cover up a lot of mixing techniques, right? So I might make this video style into like some sort of series where I just go over different mixing styles or like arrangement, and we could do that as well. So leave a comment down below if you want like some sort of video style in the same style as this one. But yeah, I just already made this melody. I'm gonna play it in a minute so y'all can hear how it sounds. I've not mixed anything. As you can see, all the mixing tracks are empty. And this is just rendered out the sounds. I got the patterns right here, but I just like it when my sounds are rendered out. So I'm gonna play all the full melody and y'all can hear how it sounds without it being mixed. Alright, so as you heard, the melody isn't sounding that bad at all, and that's because I used high quality sound. So make sure to keep that in mind. If you're using a sound and it doesn't sound good for like 80% by themselves, you're probably using the wrong sound. So make sure to use high quality sounds. So yeah, I'm just gonna route all these sounds to the mixing track and give them each one their own space. And what I like to do is select them all and put them one to the right, and then we're gonna go down here and right click on this arrow right here and route to this track only. So now all these single melody sounds are routed to this first mixing channel, and we're gonna name this one melody so that we know this is like the main final melody mixing bus. We're gonna go to that in the end for the melody, but it's good to have for now. Alright, so what I usually do when I make my melodies is when I basically start with the first sound, I already mix it right after and then I go on and add the next sounds. But for now, all these sounds are straight dry and like don't have any effects on them, but that's fine. We're gonna start with the main sound. That's something I always do, like pick the main sound, like could be a pad or like a key or like something that's gonna be playing like most of the parts of the beat. So for now it's the same key. I'm gonna show you how it sounds alone. Like, it's pretty simple, right? And the sound is good, it sounds good, but we can make it sound way better. So first, what I like to do is start with an EQ, and you could go like with crazy expensive EQs and all that, but I just use the Fruity Paramedic EQ, and that's basically all you need. So first, we're gonna cut out the lows, because we don't wanna clash them with the 808s later on, because your beat is gonna sound really muddy. So make sure to cut out a bit of the lows from your melody. So let's see what we need to cut. You see it got a little bit of mud right here. Lower sounds. We're gonna cut all that. And what I like to do is pick this 6 and boost it to the presence right here to really make it stand out. But of course this sound, this main sound, can't like take all the frequencies in the sound, right? We gotta leave room for all the other sounds as well. So what I like to do is pick this 7 and duck some of the higher frequencies, because we got a lead as well, to make that stand out right after, right? So duck some of this high, but boost the presence. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna add is a compressor, and that basically puts the quieter and louder parts close together of the sounds with this knob right here. We can turn it up and the sounds will come close together. And with this knob right here, we can adjust the velocity of the total sound. But I turn down the velocity right here, so that if we turn it around the 60 range, the sound will sound a little bit more distorted. Because I turned down the velocity right here, right? So that's a cool technique if you have a compressor. It sounds a little bit more distorted. And as you'll notice, the sound is really sounding dry, so we gotta add reverb. Gonna add Valhalla Supermassive. This is a free plugin, so y'all can download it as well. I always, I might need to use a little bit more preset, but I always go over to reverb, medium, and use this 80s mod room. I just really like how this one is sounding, and that's just a bit personal preference, but yeah, that's it for the reverb. The mix gonna go around to 20%. We don't wanna make it sound way too reverb, if that makes sense, right? Because it sounds really in the back, if y'all get what I mean, and if I turn it down, it sounds way more in front of you. So keep it around 25. Alright, so to be honest, that's it for the first sound. I don't think it needs any more processing, but this is basically my main go-to sound. So EQ, compression, and reverb. That's all you need basically. So now we're gonna go over to the bells. Really simple pattern. But as you can hear, if I select this key and turn it up, the bells are basically disappearing into this sound, right? So we're gonna make them stand out. So we're gonna go over to the bells again, start with an EQ and cut out the lows. It doesn't have that much, but still. Boost the presence. And we're gonna boost a bit of the highs as well. Because we didn't do that with this part, so we left a lot of room for that. So now we got the lead, and of course the lead is like really there, if you get what I mean. Like it really has a lot of high frequencies and you really want to make it stand out. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see what sounds the best for this lead. Because it's a really simple pattern, but the sound is really aggressive. I'm gonna start with an EQ. Maybe duck some of the highs. Something like that. For leads, I don't really go crazy on the EQ. Just really simple. Depends on what sound you're using as well. I like to add a reverb on it. Don't use compressions on lead. And we could really make this like really ambient. That could work. Or we just put it a bit. It really depends on the beat you're making. But you see, it still doesn't really stand out in the mix. So what I like to do with my leads is pan it and give it a panned effect. So we're gonna open Pancake. You could use Shaper Box as well, but Pancake is free. And yeah, it basically does the same thing. So what I like to do is make it pan from left to right and like go to it the whole beat basically. So let's hear how it sounds now. So you can hear it, you really gotta have headphones on, but you can hear it goes from left to right. If I put the mix all the way up, you can play with it and make it faster, right? Or you can make it really slow. I like to put it at 2 for this. You can see what a difference it makes if I put off the EQ. Right, it just stands out a bit more. And yeah, of course I'm gonna use a compressor on my piano. I really want to make it stand out and really punch through the mix basically. I'm gonna add a reverb of course. Not too much. And with a piano, a delay could work as well. So that's what we're gonna add. We're gonna go to the bells and change the tempo probably, because I think this one will be too fast. And what you could do is with the spanning part, if I put it to the left, the delay effect will pan to the right, if that makes sense. It's like, I don't know the word for that, but y'all get what I mean. So it goes to the right a bit more. Alright, so we got one final sound, and it's the strings. Really simple, but we wanna yeah, make sure to put it in the back a bit more, because I've put this as like a filler sound. Boost the presence, duck some of the highs, and give it a lot of reverb to put it in the background. Just a filler sound. You barely notice it, but if you take it out, it sounds a bit more empty. But that's the purpose of the string basically, in this part. Alright, so now that we got everything mixed and all the effects are put on, it comes down to leveling the sounds of the velocity basically. And something that I used to do is really look at this meter right here and like see on how high the sounds are all coming together, right? In this meters right here. But something that I've been doing lately is when I basically adjust the velocity, I look away and try not to look at this but really go off ear, because that's basically all that matters. If it sounds good, it's good. It doesn't have to look good right here. Really go off ear, so either close your eyes or look away and try to find the sweet spot for your velocity basically. So we're gonna start with the bells. Think around there. The lead. I think the other sounds are sounding good. But I'm gonna play all the melody once again without the effect, so I'm gonna put off all these little icons right here. So now you all hear the melody without the effects. Of course this sound is not playing because the compressor is really boosting it, but if I turn it up, it just doesn't sound that good, right? But if you go back again and put on all the effects, it just sounds way better. And now at this part everything is mixed, right? And all the velocities are done as well. Now we go over to this mixing bus and we're gonna put an EQ on it and we're gonna cut out the higher frequencies a bit more. We're gonna still leave it a bit because I like it with the grand piano. But this is the room we're gonna leave for the 808. Alright, so as you can see, I've arranged the sample real quick. We've got this 8-bar intro right here, and this is the part where the drums are gonna hit. And for the drums, it's really important as well that you use high quality sounds, because the same goes on for the melody. You need to use high quality sounds or it's not gonna sound good. And the same goes on for the drums, right? If you use trash samples and the sounds are just not good in general, your beats won't hit and won't sound good and professional. So if you don't know where to get those high quality sounds from, make sure to check out my drum kit, which is out right now. So I'll leave a link in the description down below, so make sure to check that out. We're gonna use it in this beat, I'm gonna use it in all my beats, all my videos. So if you want to use the same drum kit, make sure to check the link down below. And yeah, we're just gonna start with, I think, a clap and a hi-hat, and I'm gonna go over on how I mix my drums, of course. So let's get straight to it. Starting with the clap, hi-hat, just keep it simple like that. Add a open head. Like this one. Something like that. So if you really want to make sure your 808s are hitting, make sure to boost the 808 a bit. Like, just put it up a little bit because it really boosts it a lot. Yeah, select your 808, turn up the velocity all the way right here, and lay down your pattern. So I'm gonna let you hear how it sounds without the boosted 808, because literally the boosting part is the only thing that makes your 808 really hit the way you want it to hit, and it's really that simple. But I'm gonna show you how it sounds without the boost. Like, they are there, but it's not hitting, right? You put it back up. It's really punchy, and it depends on the 808 sample. Let's say we're gonna go to the spins. And we turn it up or down. Like, you don't notice them, right? Just boost them. All you need. So we're gonna level the drum sounds, of course, because they don't need a lot of processing like the melody does, but they still need a bit of leveling. So what I like to do is first basically pick your drum sounds. Keep out the melody, and y'all can see the hi-hats are really loud, so we're gonna turn it down a little bit. Make sure to look away if that helps for you. Something like that. I really like that my clap is like punching through the mix, so I like to keep it loud. And the hi-hats are a bit panned to the left to have their own space, and the same goes for the to the open head to the right. And the 808, I like it when it's hitting like a little bit above the 0 point. So it's like a little bit clipping, right? But we got a soft clipper on the master channel. I forgot to tell that, but that's the only thing you need on your master to make sure it doesn't clip. But that's basically how you can make hard hitting beats, right? You can hear all the melody sounds pretty good, and the drums are hitting. So now that we arranged the final beat, basically, all I need to do is pick the melody bus and turn it down a little bit, because I like my drums a little bit louder than the melody. Again, it depends on the genre and the style you're making and like the certain type of beat you're making, but I like it a bit lower than the drums. So we gotta see on how it sounds with the drums. Like, you could put it up, but it's gonna sound a bit too loud. So I like it right under. So that's basically it for this video. I've explained everything I know about mixing and how I mix my beats. If you want to copy my drum kit, make sure to check the first link in the description down below. As you can see, it has high quality sound, so you don't need to mix it, which really can push your workflow when you're making beats, right? So make sure to check that out. And yeah, if you have any future video suggestions, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll cover that up in another video. But yeah, I'm gonna play all the full beat, and yeah, here we go. Little intro right here. But all the sounds are just clear, right? You can all hear them pretty good. But the beat is really hitting. 808 especially. And all we did was boost up the knob, right? And level the sounds. Now, kept out the key right here, make a lot of room. Damn, but that beat's actually crazy, bro. Really hitting. Alright, so that's it for today's video. Really want to thank you for watching all the way till the end. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1000 subscribers, so it would really mean a lot to me if we could reach that. And yeah, make sure to leave a like on this video and comment on what you want to see in my upcoming videos, because as you can see, leave a comment and I'll make sure to cover that up in the video. But yeah, if you want to check out my drum kit, first link in the description down below, go check that out. And that's basically all I have for this video, so really want to thank you once again, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.